and then you guys are good.
All right, well, I am here with Pumpkinhillradio. My name is Travis Wormwood. I have Thom Mathews and Tom Mcloughlin with me today. This is the writer-director of Friday the 13th, Jason Lives Part 6, and the star, Tommy Jarvis. Am I right?
That's correct.
How are we doing today, fellas?
Doing great.
Yeah, thanks for sitting down. Just right off the bat, for you as writing and directing it, how do you take a franchise that's already been through so much and add to it while still staying like true to the roots of the franchise to the degree that Friday lets you be? You know, it has its laughs and humor, but it's, you know, it's not as out there as some of the other horrors that are out of that time. So like, what are you doing to build past this legend?
Probably the best answer is by not wanting to do it and going, all right, if I'm going to do it, you know, what do you want? Well, just bring back Jason, and what else?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want to do. And I said, I want to put humor in it. You're not going to make fun of Jason. I go, of course not. No, I just want the characters to have a 30s, 40s kind of wham-bam kind of dialogue.
Yeah.
And I want to put children in, and I want to do stunts, and you know, and it's like, well, the budget is, that's all you got to play with. And it's like, okay. And we ended up coming in under budget, which was a shock to me. But I just went in going, what's the story? There has to be a story. It just can't be waiting for somebody to get killed every 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Story is, this bonehead over here decides he's going to have to see, which is a steal from Bride of Frankenstein, you know, where Fritz wants to, I just want to see his blackened bones, you know, and he just wants to see that he's in that coffin, and then he goes nuts. And he's responsible for bringing him back.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
such a scene.
that.
Yeah.
And Jason's pissed. He was fine down there. He was happy. All the great monsters talk about to be dead, to be really dead.
Finally.
They don't want this. So he's going after him. That's his agenda. So we've got two people, you know, that have an ongoing agenda. That it just, there was that anger and that passion that Tom really nailed, which is just great.
So, as we're talking, yeah, like you're one of the only characters in the whole franchise that is like competing with Jason. How do you like even find that? How do you make the energy feel so like real? I don't know if that's even a question you can answer, but it's you can make it in this almost joking way where it's like this guy trying to go after an unstoppable beast, but it's like you come at it with such like a ferocity that it feels.
Well, there's a lot of responsibility for bringing him up, so hence the responsibility for trying to put him back down too. So that had a big part to do with it, and you know, the history of Tommy Jarvis and Jason, and his mental state and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that
you studied obviously the previous movies to kind of see where you're at in this stage. Did you ever talk to any of the other actors that played Tommy at any point?
I haven't.
Sure. But you, again, like, so how much, you wrote it, you directed it, how much freedom did you give this guy to run with his character?
A fair amount with everybody, actually, because I had a dialogue, you know, in a very kind of a musical rhythm, which he understood, and Jennifer Cook understood, and Tom Fridley, so that I didn't have to work too hard. And as people say, I mean, 90% of directing is casting.
Mm-hmm.
You get the right people, you just try to keep them on course, and then, you know, is there another way we can say this? And you come up with something, go, that's better, that's great.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's that kind of a thing, it's, you know, give and take, but the structure was still there, you know, what each person wanted. And then I hope that people were going, oh no, don't kill her, don't kill him, that you like them, as opposed to, I was going to movie theaters downtown LA. It's like, yeah, kill the bitch!
Yeah, it's like,
she's behind the bike! No.
You're letting him know, yeah, you're on Jason's side for that. Yeah, wonderful stuff. Let's see here. Well, so is there a place, it's 20, 40, almost 50 years later after this thing started now, is there a place for Jason to go from here, or even just like slashers, you know? Like, is there room for more slashers in this day and age? Is there a way to evolve it so it can stay relevant? I've seen some okay ones recently, but sometimes I feel like they're missing that, like, you know?
In a Violent Nature did a very smart thing, you know? The Never Hike Alone, he did a very smart thing.
Yeah.
I hopefully did a very smart thing with the sequel I have to mine, but I can't get in, you know, because of the whole lawsuit thing. Mm-hmm. So I've been sitting on this script for about
So you are ready to jump back in, you want to take up the mantle?
Yeah, but I had to come up with something that I felt I'm not copying myself, I'm not doing something that is just, you know, let's take him to Mars this time. No, keep him at the lake, but change up some of the things.
You don't want to go to hell or New York or anything.
Yeah.
Man, no Manhattan for you.
Again, have a little bit of fun with it, but it's a little more serious.
You can't go so full parody to it. Would you become Tommy Jarvis again? I don't think we ever saw a true ending. I mean, I don't think we get to see an on-screen death anyway.
We kind of do in Never Hike Alone 2.
Okay. He's there. Yeah, he's there as the ambulance
we're actually
driver, right?
screening it here at the convention.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a final. But there's never, there will never be a final rest for Tommy as long as as long as he's alive. Even though Jason may be dead in his mind, he just always be haunting him.
It's almost, I mean, if you look at the earlier speculations for what Jason Lives might have been, there was always Tommy Jarvis maybe putting the mask on. I mean, he's the mask maker in the fourth movie, right? He's it's in the bloodline almost. Do you think at some point is there room for?
Snapped. I mean, he could have turned. With his mental state, he definitely could have turned.
Because I like that he didn't turn into Jason in the sixth one. It's an actual battle, but I almost, if you take the psychological impact of that, 20, 30 years out from that point, maybe it's like, does Tommy could he become a Jason type figure? I don't know. I would. Any thoughts on that? Is that I don't want to spoil your scripts or anything, but is that anything you've speculated beyond what was back in the 80s, 90s?
His is almost a standalone, but with the foundation of Jason and Camp Crystal.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to look at it that way because, again, we didn't know. Paramount just did not want to end on that note where the audience was pissed that it wasn't, Jason in that last one. And that, Tommy's now going to be Jason? No. They wanted to have that original.
Yeah, I love
Eventually, maybe 50 years, son of Tommy Jarvis.
Yeah, this will never die. Yeah, I hope not anyway. Okay, so that's basically talking movie stuff with you. My podcast, Pumpkinhillradio, deals in paranormal, high strangeness stuff. Do you get any of that wooey stuff at all, either of you? Anywhere from remote viewing to aliens to Bigfoot, just to name some goofy ones, but anything specific that you latch on to?
I've got so much, that's a whole podcast, but I don't know where you come in on all that stuff.
I believe in it. I haven't personally experienced anything like that. My father has seen ghosts. He's had some physical things moved around, has visions, and
sure.
He's from Texas, and he does not believe in this stuff at all. But when it happened to him, it was he moved to Missouri and he built his house and he found Indian heads and stuff like that.
Okay.
So then he was finding there would be dirt, not from his property, in a closet or something. His boots would be moved around and stuff like that. And then he walked into a room and out of the corner of his eye he saw an Indian, American Indian, in a Confederate jacket, and that was very.
Yeah.
The description was there, so I definitely believe in that stuff.
And your dad not gonna lie to you.
No, well, he wouldn't because he's not,
And sounds like you got a whole list. Is there one? Are you getting do you see stuff in the sky? Do you have visitor? We talk to people
alien stuff. Here's where I come from.
Yes, sir.
There aren't no ghosts. There's energy. And there's residual energy that's left by, and all you got to do is take pictures with Krillin photography, and you'll see blues, reds, or depending on your particular energy.
Yes, sir.
If you murder somebody in a room, that vibe of the death and the person doing it and stuff, that stays
It's
there.
gonna cling there, yeah.
And that's why people walk in going, I don't think I'm going to buy this house. Why? I don't know. In the same way, if you go in your grandma's house and you just go, God, I can just feel her and stuff. You're feeling that residual sense. So my whole thing is there's not to be afraid of. Anytime you have any kind of which I've had so many. I used to go ghost hunting actually with my son.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just to see if we could feel things in different locations where they said that this occurred. That I have bought a crypt at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. It is, my plan is 2050. You want to go out at 100.
Yeah.
God's got other plans, I don't know. But every year on my birthday, we all get together, friends and stuff. We don't talk about the crypt, we don't talk about death, we only talk about what we're doing right now that we're looking forward to and lives. And I'm hoping to fill that area full of all that, so once I'm on the other end,
you can feel that
on the
vibe.
other side of that, I'm the modem.
Yeah.
And hopefully if people come in and go, Yeah, you know, or hear the harmonica that I would play in there, or just feel it.
Oh,
This is
definitely.
not scary.
Yeah.
This is just, you know. Now, people say, you're not even around to feel that. And I go, but I know right now. And I'm excited by the prospect of having some sort of psychic experiment that I want to try.
Definitely.
But I'm not going to be around to see the results.
I'll check in.
Okay.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
All right, you hear that? All right. Just lighter stuff. Favorite horror monster? Is it Jason? Is there somebody that's
Dracula for me.
Dracula.
It's always been, yeah.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein? Yeah, Boris Karloff then? Yeah.
Grew up watching all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what it's like the 80s slashers couldn't happen with that 30s type black and white era horror.
Scenes.
Is there a specific, is it just Dracula, Frankenstein, just straight up, even the movies, or is there a specific movie that they're in the, because I know they did a bunch of stuff back
For me,
then.
the original,
Yeah.
both of those, you can't top that.
Can't top
because
it.
It just, they were kind of flying by their pants, and, you know, sound hadn't even come in well yet.
They're
James
just-
Whale and Todd Browning were such great directors, and the way they crafted all that. So my first movie, One Dark Night, is a psychic vampire, somebody that has that ability, exactly what I'm talking about, energy, that if he touches somebody, he takes from you, so you literally die from losing all that. Could be your soul, could be your
Yeah.
spirit, whatever. He now has power that he can go whoop, you know, and I had like Tesla, you know, stuff
Yeah.
come out of it. So, you know, it's that same vibe of vampirism, but done kind of in a different way.
No, you're right about this in like a fictional sense. Going back to like the wooey woo stuff, do you think that there's like energy vampires out there? You think that that's a possibility, something like that?
So, I mean, please, there's got to be people that, you know, you're sitting there talking to, and you know, when they go away, it's like, oh,
It's like, yeah, I'm done for the
they
day. I'm
zap
clocking
the
out.
shit out of
Yeah.
you, and you don't even know.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I worked with Bette Midler. Bette Midler, when you left, when she
You're like
left, you were
vibrating,
like-
yeah.
She had such energy, and I was at that time when she was doing the Rose and all these things, and she was like, you know, way at the top of her game. And there's been so many people like that you meet that just, it's like they're a pleasure to be around because they make you feel like, you know, you just, you know, had a hit of cocaine or something. It's
Yeah.
like, wow, you know, and the reverse happens.
Wow. Well, I think we can talk all day. I got stuff, but we got a time limit. I just want to say thanks again, Thom Mathews, Tom Mcloughlin. I'm Travis Wormwood. This is Pumpkinhillradio. I really appreciate sitting down with you. This is, maybe I should have said it again, I'm a fucking huge fan. I love this shit. It's, I grew up on it. I remember hiding behind my couch and hiding under the, you know, it's like I can't even watch it, but I'm like, I gotta see it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like what made, this is why, you're why I'm wearing this fucking suit right now, guys. Yeah, it's like, yeah, so I appreciate your time.
That's a choice. I love that. That's a serious choice.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for the time.
Sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you.